Hi, welcome. On this video, I'm going to be performing a very direct socialization exercise with Maya. Again, Maya is here for 2-week board and train. This is day 5, and she's doing very well. And again, having her out in more distracting areas. Again, I encourage you to watch my prior videos in terms of seeing, how she's doing. Because again, I'm showing the entire process every day. Showing how the picture comes together, the advantages with a interaction-based approach when it comes to changing perceptions of dogs the right way, by way of, again, of resolving unwanted behavior issues, by way of relationship and the issue of control. And again, I line this stuff up with the parenting example, and I would encourage you to watch some of my other videos where I talk about that. Now, here in this video, you see Polly is out here. And Polly, she's just relaxed. She's just relaxing, and I have her help me out in terms of being a helper dog, in terms of advocating change, in terms of dogs being reactive, to other dogs. And so I turn this into a very intentional, controlled exercise. So, for the first part of this, in terms of, again, building bridges, I have her just out. She's relaxed in her crate. I don't want both dogs coming together that way, not yet. And so here, the focus of the exercise, I'm going to be bringing Maya out here in just a moment. You're going to see how this exercise sets up. But when I bring Maya out, you're going to see, as soon as I bring Maya out, and just going to be kind of off camera maybe a little bit here, I'm going to turn her around. And I'll be doing it so you'll be able to see that, but I'm going to be turning her around immediately. So again, just like my other exercise in terms of creating a bit of an angle, therefore she's got to try to, focus or invest. She's going to have to try to swivel her head, and it gives me an advantage in terms of being able to advocate, to intercept that state, but also to see just how invested she really is. So again, you'll see me doing that on some other videos too, even with having Maya out onto the street. You'll see I'm doing the exact same thing. But here again, this is more of a direct exercise in a very intentional way. But again, I'm taking my time. This is about creating kind of boundaries here so that, I'm not getting her too close. But again, I'm focused on, the role of influence, which takes the form of a nudging, because we already know that I have a relationship problem, that's why she's here. She's already holding a level of control. And so just like advocating, just like being a parent, establishing parental influence and having that type of conversation, and again, fading in the right way. So the role of influence is such as that, I'm intercepting, So influence is part of the equation, but it's done in a way that she's going to be more agreeable, So when I'm doing this, when I'm turning around opposite, you'll see me be very proactive, Understand, that's the real key here, is I'm very proactive with how I'm asserting influence. I'm not waiting for her to over-invest, So I'm doing it in a very intentional way as I'm taking the form, again, of a nudge. So I'm just going to be nudging her as I move around, move around Polly, I'm going to be stopping, multiple times along the way. And again, this is just to start to build the basic framework. So just going to be moving in a very intentional way. So I'm going to bring out Maya here in just a moment. You're going to see how this works. But on my other board and train videos, you'll see me doing the same thing, So it's set up the same way. So it starts to become more and more advanced, So again, I get Maya. I'm going to bring her out, and you get to see this as I do it. And again, this is the first time Maya has seen Polly. So this is raw. This is not after I've done it many times. This is the first time. So you get to see how to deal with this way. So. I will be using the choke chain for more leverage for this exercise, but again, it's done in a way. We're just starting to bring her out. I'm going to bring her around here right away. So right away, you see right away, she wants to look. I'm nudging right away. And this way you have a great view of this. Now I'm going to start to put her into the sit, but I'm focused on also her, and this is a good example of this, when you're putting a dog into a sit position, you want to focus on the head, You want to focus on the state of mind, because here's the thing, is you could be asserting influence by way of manipulating her body, right? But she's still going to try to get her head turned around. I don't want that, okay? So you have to kind of do both things at the same time. Now see, the little shaking with her, that's stress, right? Because this is a transition, okay? Just like, so what I'm doing here, I'm advocating giving her comfort the right way, okay? Through the right, same thing. She tries to jump up. She's a bit of a jumper. She wants to jump. Now I'm going to put her into a down. Right here, this helps, by putting her in a down, helps to calm her down a little better, because again, okay, it's a little more influence, but helps to really kind of stabilize her in terms of her mind. Same thing. So again, this is about relaxing her. Now this is the thing. You know, this is something I've been doing now for 5 days, so this is nothing new in terms of, so I kind of know her responses before I even bring her out here. I can anticipate, okay, what she's going to do. That's important, because you don't want to do stuff if you don't know. You want to advocate. Now she came up here, not too concerned. I'm not trying to hold her down there that way. I'm not trying to, you know, keep her within a certain influence over her that way. But when she comes up, see, I'm still advocating. Okay, so this isn't about, you know, looking at it in terms of her winning a moment or anything like that. This is just about my moments, okay, where I'm creating follower state. So same thing, I'm just working her. So I'll stay from this, in terms of this turnaround position, I'll stay in this turnaround position until she starts to calm down. Now, here's the thing too, when people watch my videos, this is for information purposes, okay, they'll say the collar looks tight all the time, okay, because they're just looking at how the collar appears on the dog's neck, okay? But understand, I have very little influence at times on this collar, okay? When she's agreeable, at my moments, I'm releasing, okay? I have just enough tension here, so I'm keeping it up high on her neck, okay? I don't want it to slip down where she can push against it, okay? So here, if you pay attention, it'll look like it's tight. At times it's not at all, okay? There's no influence coming through here at all, okay? But she knows I'm in control, so it's got to be just enough through there so she knows, you know, I'm in control, but there's got to be release points. And they're happening all the time. See right here, see just a little nudge, see the little nudge? Little tiny nudge. She comes back up into the sit. I'm not out of the sit, I'm not in the panic. I'm not in a panic about positions that way. Okay, this is about, because I'm dialed into her mind, okay, how she's turning in. So I'm looking for the inwardness part of this. See this? She's not trying to, you know, she's not trying to swivel hard on me here, right? So I'm just working her, just working her. But I just want her to relax. I want her to say, hey, yeah, sure, Polly's over there, and you might get to meet her. This is the messaging. You might get to meet her, you know, but it's going to come through me as a follower. Now, if I started cranking and yanking onto her, right, which wouldn't be good anyway, that would be more like saying you absolutely can never meet her. That's not what's going on here. This is about meeting her the right way. Okay, we already know that she wants to meet other dogs, other people on her terms. This is why all the jumping behaviors and stuff. Here, okay, this is like rebuilding bridges. I'm just saying, I'm just calming her down. She knows, because here's the thing, I'm doing the same thing all the time. The messaging is the same all the time, just how I'm working the leash. And I'm not focused on positions the same way other trainers are, because it's the interactions, okay? It's a role of influence. It's how I'm nudging, intercepting, see that? Little push-pull. She'll look a little crazy, right? Because this is like moving, it's like being the boss of a big company going down the file clerk, okay? So you'll see that type of transition. The dog will look, people will say, well, the dog looks depressed or looks, well, of course it's going to look that way. But once they, again, start to accept their role, they look really happy again, right? Because it's all about context, okay? Comfort the right way. So you have to pay attention. You have to see the whole process through, okay? That's the emotional part of things. So here, same thing. See, I'm just nudging a little bit here, tapping. And there's multiple times this collar is not tight at all. Okay, I just have it enough influence to keep it up high in her neck. But right here, see, there's no tension. So here, just see a little nudge, just a little nudge. Just as moments when I know that she's trying to, her mind is moving that way. Now, see, her mind's moving that direction. See that little, just a little tap, see a little tap. I'll tighten it just a bit. Right here, see right here, I'm just tightening a bit here. So I know, and you'll see her, See that? So just, there's a real skill set. See that? There's a real skill set here when you're doing this, because your influence varies. It's just like two trains going down the tracks, and I'm just staying ahead of her mind just ever so much. See right here, because again, you want agreeableness. You know, you don't want to draw. This isn't about creating high level of conflict with her. Okay, this is just about de-stressing her. See that? See just right here. Just see that little just. So just working her this way for a few minutes before I start to advance, because I don't want to get close yet, because that will cause, you know, her to overinvest, and then you will be in higher conflict, right? So better off just hanging out here for the first, you know, for the first part of this exercise. I may not even, here's the thing, I'm not even going to move over there for this part of it, right? Because what I'm doing here, this gives me information as I'm doing this. You see how she's, you know, so it's better just to work her like this for the first time, and then the next time I'll start to move, because her agreeableness is going to increase, okay? Everything works together. So I say everything works together for good, right? So just like, just working her, see it, just working her, smooth and fluid. You know, it's physiological too, so understand, when you see dogs start to have a certain higher reaction, she's not, but, you know, understand, it's mind and body. So that throws people off. Because of course you don't want to see dogs gagging and all this stuff, but sometimes the mind's pulling in so hard, it'll cause that reaction, and you think it's the collar. Because right here, see? No tension. But it's got to be enough, though. She knows that she's aware I'm in control. So just enough, so there's like a baseline type of thing here. Same thing, back into the sit. But notice I'm still focused on the head, right? So if I'm asserting for a sit, see, I'm just, you know, I'm leaning in here. I'm not putting a lot of influence. I want her to buckle. See, right here, not a lot of tension here. You know, I'm aware, so to tap a little bit, right? Same thing, I can just keep leaning, right? Just like the tug-of-war team that collapses. See that? Just agreeableness. But I'm calm the whole time. I'm not upset. I'm not mad. You know, just like being a parent. I'm committed to change. So it's right here. See, just a little nudge. And then I'm going to put her in a down in a second. I'm going to end the exercise on a down. Okay, so I'm about to end the exercise here. So see that? I want her in the down just to help to kind of de-stress her again. And she's in the down like this. I'm still kind of nudging a little bit. I just want her to relax, just to take that breath, relax. See, even here, her head's turned, but she's not. She's starting to really get it. Say, hey, you know what? Dale's in control. I don't have to think that I can assert control that way, and it relaxes her, okay? So that's just starting to relax. Right here, we're just hanging out, I'm calm. She came up out of the down, I'm not in a panic about that, okay? Not a big deal, just back into the sit. Little push-pull, just a tiny one. There we go. So anyway, doing really great. This is a work in progress. Something I'm gonna be working on. Look at Polly over there, she's just kind of like, you know what, seen this 1,000 times, I don't care, and just, you know, she's just relaxing, same thing. So anyway, Linda here, she's doing really well. Thanks for watching.